Hello, our most developed student. My name is Confident and welcome to our 24-minute lesson. This is the ultimate guide in maths, science, career guidance, as well as a sneak peek in my personal experiences. This is a channel that is designed with you in mind. Let us dive into today's lesson. Today I'm bringing the topic which I can say is a bit more of my own personal experiences, but I thought of bringing it to you. What do you prefer, the university or the other options? This is a time where you guys, some of you maybe, have just finished your matric and you are in a crossroad, and you are wondering, do I go for the university or other options? Or in a way, you have been actually rejected from a university, or you didn't meet the requirements. And if I can just go and look at the statistics actually for the university currently. I was looking at the news concerning universities. As you can see, it says here not enough. Look at this, says not enough space at tertiary institutions for all new matrics, you see. So there is not enough space. Look at this. They're saying tens of thousands of matriculants who studied hard to gain university passes are going to be disappointed this year, as many faces rejections from public universities unable to meet the demand for space. You see that? And then there is another one from Daily Maverick. It says dreams, despondency, and lost opportunities. The scramble for places at South African universities. Look at this here. They're saying Central University of Technology. Look at the received applications versus available applications. Just look at this. For example, I wanted to say, I want to look at one of the top universities, Stellenbosch. We talked about it. 64,000 received, and then the only space available is 5,600. Look, University of Cape Town, 102,813 are available, but look at this, 4,000 that they're expecting. University of Free State, 342,000, only they will take 8,000. Come on, guys, this is ridiculous. Look at the numbers of applications. University of KwaZulu-Natal, 200,000, only they will take 10,000. Limpopo, 203,000, 5,000 will be taken. All these people, yes, they applied. Some they qualify, guys. They are qualifying. They are qualifying, guys. Look at the university, the University of South Africa, UNISA. I think this one, 170,000, 45,000. At least this does take because it's online. Zululand, VETS. Look at this, 100,000, 5,000 needed, guys. Just as a point of departure, when it comes to this part of university, let me just say, when it comes to this part of university, pardon my writing, university, or let's say college. We'll consider university or college. When it comes to this part, one thing, guys, I just want to come front open to you is that this, when it comes to this part of career choices, number one, it is based on personal choices. Don't forget that. Number two, it is based on your own career aspirations. And in a way, we can say it is based also on what is trending. It also affects what is trending and what is the norm. What is the norm? Personally, I think personally, when I look back at the time I was growing up, I think being good, being having good grades, let's say having good to excellent grades in matric. Let's say you got good and excellent grades. Some people sometimes look at this and say
you are lucky, you are fortunate, but sometimes it can bring its own pressure, because now you have to follow the norm. And you know what is the norm? The norm is the university. If you choose anything outside this, even the society itself, your parents, your teachers, and everything, you start getting that pressure to say, why waste life? So you start following the norm. And sometimes it is, or it might not be, the option of university that you must take. Just wait a bit. Don't argue with me at the moment. Let's go through this so that I can prove what I'm trying to say. You might not actually be on this path for the university, but I'll make my point later. And then I get someone who actually got average grades, at a university. At a matric, you get average grades, and you find that you don't qualify for a university entrance. But I sometimes find this group having better career choices. Sometimes. Remember, I always root for the underdog, So why am I saying that? I'm looking back and looking at the guys right now who at one time we thought that they didn't do well in their matrics. But looking currently, not that I'm comparing, but when I look at my friends who went through the other routes, I see that some of them are doing even way better now, than those of us who went to university. Why? Because you will understand what I mean here when I say the other choices, where in a way it looks like you failed, but actual fact it is to me what I will advise someone, or my son, what I will advise them to also consider. So now the part I mentioned again is it the university, or is the other option? But that other option, I'll be quick to say, college route. Now let's look at the university route. How does it go? From university, this is what you do. You get your matric. All of this is the starting point. You've got your matric here, and let's say your matric allows you to get an entrance at the university. So how does it go? So from matric, you get a university entrance, and then, for example, you get to go to one of the good universities. You can call it VETS. Oh, actually, let me give you this. You guys, do you know the 10 top universities right now? You have got Cape Town. There is number 1. Number 2 is VETS. I'm looking at this from I just took this from the internet. Number 3, it says it is it's funny, hey? It's Stellenbosch University. Did you know that? That's the 3rd university, hey? They're saying it's Stellenbosch. What do you think is number 4? Number 4 university is I actually looked at this. I was like, wow. Number 4 is UP, University of Pretoria. Number 5 is what? Yes, you're right. UJ is actually number 5. Number 6, I'm just giving this as I'm looking at it. It's Rhodes University. And then number 7, these are the top public universities. Northwest. All right, and then number 7, it is actually, let me see. Number 6 is Rhodes. Yes, number 7 Northwest. So number 8 here, it is University of Western Cape. It's Western Cape University. Number 8, and then number 9. Sorry, this is actually number 9. Western Cape is number 9 here. It comes to number 9. Okay, and then someone will be fighting to say no, it's not. Okay, Western Cape becomes number 9. Actually, number 8 here, it is University of KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal University. And then number 10, these are the top 10 is what? University of Free State, UFS. So these are the top 10 universities for you guys who want to follow this route. All right. But now let's come back to my argument. So what I said is, this is the university route. You get your metric pass. After getting your metric pass, what happens? You get accepted at a university, and then after getting accepted at a university, you go and do your bachelor's. That's the way. Your bachelor's, and your bachelor's will take you almost 3 to 4 years to complete. Now, what is actually more about bachelor's? Now, remember, when you're choosing the university, number one, you're choosing the theoretical. Remember that. The theoretical aspect. Also, with the universities, it is academic in approach. Academic. So, number one, universities are theoretical. The universities are academic in approach. So, after 3 to 4 years, you get your bachelor's, and most of the students, they don't get satisfied with this, then they go on to get their honors degree, and your honors degree now takes you I will say an extra 1 year to complete. And then, as I said, it's more theoretical. That's where now you can consider to say, do I become do I do my master's? And then from master's, you go on to do your, remember, it's theoretical and academic in approach. You find someone saying, I'm gonna go to do my PhD, which is your doctorate here, and then from there you become the professor, So it's based mainly on research, I don't know whether I'm writing professor right there, but apologies for the spelling. So it is based on academic, theoretical. You can use the word research also here. It's research based, mainly research and development. So that is the university approach. Now, where I want us to focus on especially is at this stage here. So now, most of you guys who managed to get a university entrance right now, you're going to get your university entrance and you have been accepted to do your bachelor's, and then you're going to take almost 3 to 4 years. But remember, it's theoretical aspect and academic aspect. Now, let's look at my other guys who have not yet been accepted, and right now they're stressing and they're like, but is it the end? Must I what? Do I rewrite, upgrade my marks? That's what most of them are doing now. They went back to the school to upgrade their marks so that they can be accepted in the next entrance of the university. So already I consider, if you are going to be accepted later for a bachelor's, this is plus 1 year. So which means you are going to take 4 to 5 years because you waited another year to upgrade your marks so that you can be accepted for your bachelor's. But let's talk about my guy here who says, I'm far from being accepted. My underdog in a way here also, who says, I'm far from being accepted at the college. Now let's look at my guy here who says, well, when I look at my results for metric here, it's bad. It's not as good as I would ever wanted. My results are average. By average, I'm saying you got maybe a diploma or certificate pass. You got your metric, but it's a diploma or it's a certificate, That's the best you could achieve. You did your best, You did your best. You bent the candle during the night. You did everything you could do, but still, you end up getting a diploma or a certificate. Now the question is, what's next? I will say, this is what I'm advising, or this is what I'm seeing it to me as something that even this group of guys here can consider. Even this group of guys here who went for the bachelor's, they can also consider this part, because it's not as bad actually. Look at this. From here, what do you do? The college route, I'll say the college, or the more of, I don't know whether to call the college, but let me use the word apprentice route. Apprenticeship. It's just that that's at the college. That's why I call it the college route. So let's say you, the one group I will advise is consider the apprenticeship part. What is apprenticeship? This is the group. First of all, you start from the college and you do your N-courses here as one route. N-courses, that is the native courses. So you'll do, if you're doing engineering studies, for example, now already, I mean not engineering studies, if you did maths and science actually, if you did pure maths core, and science, for example. So if these were your subjects, you can start at what? You can start at N2. N2 here, that will be your beginning. N2, it depends whether you want to do it under electrical, then you can do it under mechanical, and then it depends. Mechanical, some they want to do civil, and then some they want to do chemical. It depends. It's your choice. But N courses, if you don't have a background, it doesn't matter. You can start from N1 again. That's where now sometimes it is so sometimes career guidance, guys, is so sad, because you could have actually you could have matric is always important though. I don't want you to say, was it necessary for me to go to matric? Because when you start applying for jobs, you will need to have matric. So it's fine. Let's leave it like that. So you are in N1. So from N1, you go for N2. What I was trying to say is currently there will be a GEC certificate, which is the General Education Certificate, which is trying to avoid this thing of students going through matric, whereby from grade 9, they can actually choose this other course. Not N1 though, but they will be going for, I'll make it this as NCV, as one area, National, NCV. This is National Curriculum Vocational or something like that. I forgot the C there, but it's the vocational training part, NCV, whereby this NCV is level 2 to level 4, and level 4 is equivalent to matric. That is where it's going, because you still need your matric certificate, okay? But forget about this part for now. I'm trying to show you how the system can avoid duplicating. So let's say you are at this stage, you just did your matric. Now I'll say, fine, go for N1, because you don't have a background of the electrical subjects like the industrial electronics, the electrical trade theory. You don't have a background, so you can start from N1, build yourself a foundation, and then from there it just takes 3 months, guys. It's not much. I'll show you the timelines. 3 months, and then after that you go for your N2 again. How many months? You get another 3 months. So in half of the year, that is by August, you would have done your N1 and N2. Now the question is, what do I do with my N2? So from here, you have got your N2 certificate. And how long did it take you? The N2 certificate takes you from N1, it takes you almost 6 to 8 months. Alright, but just like the university entrance, the N2 certificate is also your what? This is your passport to apply or qualify for apprentice. That is the, in a way, most apprentices, they'll say have an N2. Sometimes they take you even without an N2. You'll do the N2 later. So what I would say is, start searching, start looking for search. Go to Google and start you start looking for what? Search for apprentices. apprenticeship. You'll see what I mean. Now, this apprenticeship, how long does it take? Apprenticeship takes 3 to 4 years to complete. Now, with the apprentice, guys, look at this now. Remember, when you came here, we say it is what? It's theoretical. We say it is what? It's academic, right? That's what you say. But now, when it comes to the part of apprenticeship, well, number one, this one is what? It's hands-on experience and what? And practical training. That's what is different here. Are you with me? So you come here, it is hands-on experience, and number two, it's practical oriented. Now, this one quickly gets you into a job. It's on the job training. It's workplace. Meaning, what is workplace? It's on the job. What? It's on the job training. We'll come back to the university side. So this guy who is doing an apprenticeship, let's say you get an apprenticeship under, for example, under electrical. Say you get an apprenticeship under electrical. And what do you want to become? Of course, you want to become an electrician, you know. Now, when do you want to become an electrician? What this apprenticeship will do at the end, you're going to do a trade testing for you to qualify as an electrician, right? You're going to do a trade testing. After doing your trade testing, you will then in a way have a national trade certificate here. That's where you're going to have a national trade certificate. Now, under what? Under electrical. So you have got they call it the red seal, a trade certificate. So now when you have done this, remember it's how many years? This also takes what? 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years to complete. Also my guy here at the university also is 3 to 4 years to complete. Right. Depending on the, as you say, depending on the bachelors here, it depends on whatever you're starting. Even here on the apprentices, it depends on what you're starting. So now this guy, don't forget, he started from N2, so that's why we say 3 to 4, because that 6 months is also extra. We say we can say even plus 6 months here. It's fine. Plus 6 months. All right, but it can be a maximum of 3 to 4 years. You know, most of them are 3 years. Now they say 3 to 4 years because there's trade testing also involved. So now let's come back to these two guys. So there is my guy here. My guy here, you know, he started. There is my guy. My guy here, he went to university. I just want to show you. That's why sometimes I feel it's a bit sensitive when it comes to that. When I look at my colleagues versus me, he went to university, and my guy here, you know, my guy here, he went to he considered the apprenticeship. But they are not only apprenticeship, occupational courses, whatever you can call them. So this guy, so him, he has got what? He has got 3 years, 3 to 4 years of study. And also him, he has got 3 to 4 years of study. That's where now things change. Now these two guys, after 3 to 4 years of study, they finish. Okay, they're done. Guess what? You know why you're studying, right? You're studying because you want to work. That's the reason why we all study, because we want to earn money. Now, these two guys, after this, they go look for job now. They're job hunting now. Job hunting. That is how many? 3 years after. Remember, they were in the same class. The other one couldn't afford to go to a university because of what? Of the poor passes. But the other one managed to get a straight entry because of the distinctions that he get and everything. Now, when they want to look for a job, unfortunately, my guy, it's a no here. You can't get a job straight away. Why? Because you were doing what? Theoretical, remember? An academic. You are an academic. No practical experience on you. You are just doing theoretical. So you need here an extra 1 year. That is 12 months. Of what? Of internship. So they have got even what we find that the sitters, there is this part where they give university students some stipends, right? These stipends, what it does to them, these stipends, they go, this is now for the on the job training, work integrated learning. This is work integrated learning where they are now getting work experience. You see, so that is another 12 months. How long does it last? It takes 12 months. And usually they will be giving you a stipend, and these stipends can go from 4,500 to 6,000. These are the stipends that you get. But that takes you another 12 months before they can employ you, because you don't know the job. And then this is my other guy. He's now on the looking for a job. My apprentice guy. Don't forget, already my guy was already having what? Practical experience. And don't forget that he is now a tradesman. Say, remember these guys, both of them. Let's say this one, he also did, I forgot, university, he did electrical. Both of them. Even this one, apprentice, is electrical. Let's use similar part. So now, he's a tradesman. He has got his red seal now. He has qualified as a tradesman. He's qualified. So now, on the job training, on an interview, they will take this guy. Why? Because already this guy is experienced. They want someone to work. So this guy starts working. Working from day one. You see now? And then when he starts working from day one, while he's still on stipends, this guy here already is earning a salary. And you can ask, what are the tradesmen earning? They are earning, you can take it from 15, it can go to 35k. Right. That is, he's already earning. But now, look at this. When he finishes his 1 year, after 1 year here, after 12 months, this one has got 1 year experience. Are you seeing that? He's got 1 year experience, this guy. But don't forget, he just got his N2. This guy is at a level of N2. Do you know what does the level of N2 mean? He is just at grade, it's equivalent to grade 11 in a way. But now, look where he is. But of course, my guy is going to finish. He's also want to enter the workplace. He doesn't want to continue this professorship and everything to him. He wants to go to work. So he's going to be employed, yes, but still after 12 months, you find this guy struggling. This guy is struggling to get employment for job. Do you know why he struggles for job? Number one, remember he has got a degree. Number one, he is expensive. Because he's got a degree, how much are they going to pay him? He's expensive. Number two, lacks experience. But you're going to say, how does he lack experience? Let me show you how. Remember, he's also 1 year on the job, so you think he's got experience. But don't forget that this guy who was doing 3 to 4 years already it can be considered another extra 3 years of experience. He has been working in the industry. Remember, he's on the job training. He has been working in the field for 3 years. From day one, he was already handling the tools. He was already doing the electrical. Not in theory. He was mixing both. It's a mix-up, mixing theory. There are modules we do under electrical, and already he was doing practicals in a workshop, as well as workplace plus workplace. He did that during his training. So he was going to work, he did the workshop, and he did the theory. So they mix up all these three. So not only is he having a 1 year advantage here from day one, that's why they're able to pay this guy this amount. Why? Because already when he comes as a tradesman, he is already able to work from day one. They don't need really to teach him much. They just need to show him the workshop, put a guy under him or a mentor, and this guy is good to go. While my guy from the university is still thinking about the book. He's good. The knowledge that he has is good, but unfortunately it lacks work experience. So now we want these guys to catch up. That's now straining. That's where they strain. As I told you, when I look at my friends right now, it's that the strain now, you start feeling strain here. So struggling to get a job, guys, that's where the strain is. Your guy here, he's already in the field. Guess what? He starts sending you some opportunities. Remember, he's your friend. He starts telling you there's an opening, my man, start applying, He's now advising you advising on how to get a job. He starts sending you if they are opening at this company. Of course, he's threatened by you. He knows when you come there, not threatened as such. He's threatened when he becomes, let's say later, he becomes a supervisor. Do you think this guy is going to hire you? He's not going to hire you because you're going to take his job, okay? So he's not going to hire you, this guy. If he becomes a supervisor later, he knows you are more qualified than him. So that's why they struggle to get a job, because most of the people who are in this field, most didn't pursue the university line. They pursued the trades line, the apprenticeship line. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, forget about that. But look, this guy is struggling to get work, and then he will get a job, but sometimes he ends up settling for less. This guy, he ends up settling for less than who he is. See, he's very qualified, but no one can afford him. So he ends up settling for who he is. Sometimes what do these guys do? They end up teaching. Like me, I ended up teaching, but well, on my side, I love teaching. So even if I went to the industry, I would have come back. So they end up teaching, they end up taking other jobs, sometimes not related, sometimes not even related to what? To electrical in this case. He wants a job, guys. He has to feed. He has to start. Time is going. He needs to do something. That's the sad thing sometimes when it comes to the university part. If you don't pursue, remember we said what? The academic route. Come back here. Where was it? We said this guy is the academic route. Don't know. There. Yes, remember some of them, they become honors degree, master's degree, PhD, professorship. And then that all this, it's becoming a lecturer. So if you fail, at least you become one. Research and development. They do research and developments and everything. But now the apprentice guy is the guy who is actually in the industry. These guys are the ones who are turning the industry, who are making what the industry is today. They are the guys who are working. They're the tradesmen and everything, and there are different kinds of them. Some that come from different occupational courses and everything, but I wanted to show you it all starts from N2. But Sometimes if it's not N2, some they take NCV, I told you. But I'll explain to you how this could have been done way early before you went even to your matric, So this is the route I'm saying, do you take the university or do you take the what? Do you take the college route? So personal, if you ask me really, is it the university or the other options? I will say it's a personal preference, but what I'm seeing, I am seeing the guys who are taking other routes here, these other routes, they advance more faster, and there are different other routes. I told you, the apprenticeship, which sometimes now it's called occupational courses. Occupational courses. I'll encourage you to say, go to this website. It's called QCTO. You'll find quite a number of occupational courses there. There is a lot of funding that is being put into this. If you keep on applying and everything, you might find something like that. So the occupational courses are the one. That is where also NCV now comes into play. Remember, National Curriculum Vocational, something like that, NCV. But what is NCV? NCV is the one that is offered in TVET colleges. It is less light. Few people go for this. Now, the NATED, I told you about the N1 to N6, the NATED courses. This one, the N1 to N3, this will be phased out soon. They want to phase it out. Phased out. They will be taking it out soon. So we'll see how it goes. But they want to phase it out, N1 to N3. But the NCV seems to be the future. And in the NCV, what happens? If that's what they are saying about the General Education Certificate, says from grade 9. From grade 9, you are allowed to take your child out from the normal school, that is from high school, from grade 9. If you already see that your child is struggling with the normal schooling, take him to NCV. Then from NCV, already your child starts their level 2 to level 4. This NCV has got practical experience. You see, it's hands-on. So what does it have? It has got theory, it has got practical, there's got workshop. Then the moment they finish their level 4, this is equivalent to matric, guys. So they'll get their matric, but when the moment they finish their matric, now from there, remember, this is grade 9, grade 9, 10, 11, 12, level 2, 3, 4 is the same. So that's why even from grade 9 to grade 12 is 3 years here. Even here is 3 years. And then it's easy for this guy now to start apprentice. You see, he's not going to do that N2 thing. He just jumps into an apprenticeship. It's so easy for him because at this apprenticeship, quick, give him another 3 years. He doesn't have to do another 3 now because already has been in the field. Don't take him 3 years. I mean, another 3 years, he's a tradesman, this guy. You see, when he's a tradesman, trust me, his job is not going to be a problem. He can get a job as soon as possible. Oh, by the way, this NCV here, they also accept it at universities here, the level 4. You can still go to university here. Remember, from high school, you want to go to university. So universities also accept level 4. Why? Because it's equivalent to matric, and it's actually, trust me, if I can give you the curriculum of level 4 and matric, to me, this is very challenging. This is very challenging curriculum. So I would say don't go to university if you're already in level 4. Continue apprenticeship, get a job. Then what to do later? These guys also can study further. Remember, you can ask, say, but what is their further studies? They can, go on while they are doing this. Now they are working, they are already on the job. Remember, these guys have a job. Now they can then find ways of upgrading themselves where they end up even attaining their degree, still possible, and then from their degree they can obtain their honors, still possible. They can obtain their masters. Look at it. But while they are obtaining this, they are already having a what? They are already having a job. These are guys who are already earning good salary. As I told you, they are earning with experience from 15,000 to 35k. Now becoming a supervisor takes you further. Now they end up getting up to 55k. Soon, just for you guys, these guys will be driving their dream cars, and the university students are looking at them with a wow, but this guy's already driving. This guy is already, he's already having a house. He's already having family. He's moving on. But my guy who went for the university might be struggling to make ends meet for some time. Of course, later you get to live comfortable, but sometimes not in your career. So guys, what am I saying? I'm saying try to consider the new era. It has been there already. It was always there, but the new era here, we are already looking at a lot of things with the new technology. They took it the artificial intelligence coming in. There are a lot of new careers now. All right, and these new careers are sometimes not with the university way. They are actually on the occupational courses. Occupational. I will encourage you, don't be too much desperate of university, whereby you spend 1 year to upgrade your marks. After upgrading, you're back to university only to choose a career that is old. So guys, don't be desperate and very desperate to upgrade. These things. What are you doing? You hear them saying, I'm upgrading, I am going to take a gap year. What gap? There is no gap needed. A gap year for what, guys? You need to, there's not wasting of time. You're wasting time. I'm taking a gap year, I'm upgrading, and you're just confused in a way. I understand. It's fine. It's fine to be confused as a matriculant, but there are those who sometimes I feel like they got poor grades, but they got an early start in life, and when you look at them at the end, they started like failures, but you look at them remember, this life is not about competition, guys. We are not here to compete. We are here to make a living. If you look at them at the end, they are living more comfortable. They arrived at their destination a bit earlier, and they are having a better quality of life compared to the guys who started with the high dreams of the university, but at the end of the day, it turned out that it wasn't what actually they hoped for. Okay, take me for example. Look guys, I did my honors. I've got my honors, by the way. My honors in what? In chemistry. And here am I teaching you. Well, for your own sake, I'm not considering myself, of course, having failed, but I love teaching and everything. But beside that, I am an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not really on the teaching as a teacher. I quit teaching a long time. I'm an entrepreneur, and my side, as an entrepreneur, I consider offering job creation is my skill. Entrepreneurship is the thing to me. So at the end of the day, it's very satisfying. So I end up to live at a level that is much, much better than a normal teacher or a normal person who's employed. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, look at the 4 years here, only to discover that it wasn't for me. If you are in an apprenticeship, within a short space of time, you start your apprenticeship within 1 year, you're already in the workshop, you're already doing practicals, you can quickly cancel to say, no, let me quit. This is not for me. You try something else quicker. Unlike in university, you go for theory and you're not really getting the hands-on experience of this thing until the end. Then you start to feel, I can't stand this job. Then after 4 years, you find yourself doing another career. You go for another 4 years. That's 8 years of wastage, life being wasted, years being wasted. But anyway, I'm not downgrading university. I'm just saying, let it not be overhyped. You see, you are at the mercy of the university here, but I will encourage us. Is there any other alternative? Yes. Find other options. There are many other options that you can consider. Just you need to, in a way, not be too much on the university itself, but open yourself up. Don't follow the norm. I know, especially you guys who have passed well, the norm is university, but I will respect a guy who passes well, right? Passes well, but still choose the other route. This is a guy who understands himself. This is a guy who has managed to get a mentor early. Can be from home or whoever has mentored them early, so that they can reach their destiny fast. So it's up to you guys. I just wanted to, it's an open one. I was just bringing to you something not really planned to say, but something that I'm observing as I'm watching students confused, going up and down, feeling despondent, feeling sad, I was not accepted. But at the end of the day, is it the end of the world? No. You are actually in a better space if you can look on the other side. We have come to the end of our career guide. Thank you.